The following is a feature presentation of the Replay Sports Channel, the home for great games.
Hi again, everybody. The opening weekend of the WFL's 47th season concludes tonight with a National Conference game between the Arizona Rattlers and the Memphis Express. This episode of the Replay Sports Channel is brought to you by Royal Retros, your ultimate one-stop shop representing the teams of the past. Head over to Royal Retros today and use the discount code REPLAY to get 10% off your purchase. www.royalretros.com. The link will be provided in the show description. Hello again, everyone. Glenn Walker live from the Replay Sports Channel studios. In a few moments, we're going to be taking you over to sold-out Titan Tech Field in Memphis, where the Express will host the Rattlers. Tonight's game features two clubs who embody the spirit of Elvis Presley when he sang the song It's Now or Never. Arizona made one of the biggest moves in the offseason with its acquisition of former Detroit Wheels quarterback Aaron Rodgers. Before his recent Achilles injury, Rodgers was a proven playoff quarterback. Rodgers has won the two league title games and was named the MVP in both of those games. His career appears to be nearing its end, but Arizona head coach Deion Sanders is banking on Rodgers having something left in the tank for one more championship run. Free agency also brought into Arizona the former Detroit Defensive Player of the Year, T.J. Watt, who looks to improve a defense that finished second to last in the league last season. The Rattlers also picked up defensive end Chop Robinson with their first pick in the draft. Chop will get the start tonight at edge rusher. The Memphis Express went undefeated in the second half of the 2024 regular season and finished the year with an 11-3 record, but the shock 20-17 loss at home to St. Louis in the divisional round has led an off-season of concern for Express fans. General Manager Jared Reed made no big moves during the free agency time, but touted a draft class that could pay immediate dividends. Look out for the following players tonight. Wide receiver Brian Thomas Jr. from LSU will get his first pro start tonight. Defensive tackle Devondre Sweat, the number 2 pick, will start at nose tackle, and keep an eye out for third-rounder running back Bucky Irving from Oregon. We might be seeing a lot of him tonight. Head coach Mike Vrabel enters his 5th season on the hot seat. Pre-game festivities are coming to an end, and we're getting ready for the coin toss. Be sure to stay with us at halftime for a special presentation. The WFL Hall of Fame class of 2025 is on here tonight to receive their recognitions. A very warm September evening here in Memphis. Temperatures at 90 degrees. Warm weekend across the country. Opening weekend of the season. Our referee tonight, Sean Hockley, meeting with the captains at midfield to conduct the coin toss. Memphis has won the toss, but they have deferred to the second half, so we will get to see Aaron Rodgers in the Arizona Rattlers uniform. Kaimi Fairbairn tees the ball up to kick it off. Holland's back to receive it. Monday Night Football 2025 underway. Hollins is going to take it deep out of his own end zone. He's to the 10, gets by one tackler, 15, 20, 25. Finally dragged down by Thomas at the 31, a 33-yard return by Hollins. Aaron Rodgers in an Arizona Rattlers uniform. First time taking a pro snap since the exhibition games last season for Detroit. If you're not familiar with the situation, tore his Achilles tendon, out for the season. Take a look at the rest of that Arizona Rattlers offense. Bijan Robinson will be the running back. Jalen Waddle, Gabe Davis, and Darnell Mooney are the wide receivers. Trey McBride is the tight end. Aaron Brewer at center. Quentin Nelson, Will Freeze are the guards. Rookie Roger Rosengarten and Brian O'Neill are the tackles. Arizona in their all-white kit tonight. White jerseys, white pants, black numerals, black helmets moving left to right across your screen. Rodgers will line up in the pistol, barking out the signals. Rodgers back to pass. Floats a screen near side to Robinson. He's to the 30, 35. Finally wrestled down by Baker. A pickup of 6 yards. Now we'll take a look at that Memphis defense for you now. As we mentioned at the top of the broadcast, Fondre Sweat will be one of the defensive tackles. Tier Tart will be the other. Jadavian Clowney, Greg Rousseau are the defensive ends. Boy Mafe and Nakobe Dean are the linebackers. Mike Hilton, Jair Alexanders are the quarterbacks. Buda Baker, Xavier McKinney are the safeties. Evan Williams will be the nickelback. Second and 4 from the Arizona 37. Handoff Robinson. Sweeps around the right side, gets away from one man. He's got the first down. He's to the 45. Finally tackled by Baker at the 47. 10-yard gain, first down. Robinson will check out of the game. Mims will check in. I'm sorry, check that. Audric Estime will check in at running back. Two tight end formation for Rodgers. Play action. Pressure up the middle. Picked up, throws, intercepted by McKinney at the Memphis 40. Finally run out of bounds at the Arizona 42. So Rodgers picked off on his second pass attempt, and Memphis with good starting field position for their opening possession. So we watch the replay again. Rodgers had some pressure coming up the middle there. And McKinney with the pick. We'll take a look at that Memphis starting offense for you. Lamar Jackson, the quarterback. Josh Jacobs at running back. Wide receivers are A.J. Brown, Alec Pierce, and Brian Thomas Jr. Brenton Strange will be the tight end. John Michael Schmitz is the center. Cody Mock, Mike Onwenu are the guards. Christian Darasaw and Jawan Taylor are the tackles. Memphis starting things out tonight in their home uniforms. Red helmets, red pants, blue jerseys, white numerals. Are going to be moving right to left across your screen. Jackson from the pistol. Back to pass. Has time. Floats a screen over to Jacobs. 40, 30. Hall with the tackle at the 28. And first down, Memphis. As we watch the replay on that one. Great protection up front there. Tosses the easy screen over to Jacobs, and Jacobs picks up the yardage after the catch. Let's take a look quickly at that Arizona defense. Franklin Myers, Shai Tuttle are the defensive tackles. Williams and Sweat are the defensive ends. TJ Watt, free agent acquisition, one of the linebackers. Derek Hall will be the other. Lassiter, Stingley Jr. are the cornerbacks. Will Harris, Grant Delpit are the safeties. A.J. Terrell is your nickelback. First and 10, ball at the Arizona 28. Just joining us, Arizona had the ball first, but on the opening series third play, Rodgers was picked off. Memphis now in Arizona area territory. Jackson, play action, rolls right, fires downfield to the sideline. Intended for Thomas, but Delpit tips the ball away at the last moment. Incomplete. Arizona defense has to watch Jackson. He is a threat to run. He was the team's leading rusher last season with 606 yards. Jackson to throw on second and long. Penalty flag as the pass sails over Pierce's head. You'll hear from Sean Hockley.
Offense, number 71, 10-yard penalty.
So that's going to move the Express back to the Arizona 38. Clock stops with 12:09 to go. We're just underway. No score between the Rattlers and Express. Monday Night Football, Week 1. So glad you could join us here tonight. Jackson calls his own number here. Runs straight up the middle. And Tuttle with a tackle after a 5-yard gain. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 15. Four wide receivers set in for the Express. Empty backfield behind Jackson. Arizona rushing 3. Throws downfield. Intended for Thomas, incomplete. Terrell may have got a finger on it. So that brings up 4th down. And out will come Kaimi Fairbairn for a field goal attempt. Last season, Fairbairn, 34 of 34 on field goals. Longest of the season was from 50 yards. This one will be from about 49. Check it, make it 51, and it goes just to the left. So Kaimi Fairbairn misses his first field goal attempt of the season after making all of them last season. So Memphis unable to take advantage of the Arizona turnover. And Arizona will get the ball back at their own 41. Clock stops with 11:13 to go in the first quarter. Rodgers back in the pistol. Back to pass. Screen near side to Robinson. Gets by one man. Finally hit by Dean near the 44. Pickup of 3 yards. Second and 7. Pitch left to Estime. He's to the 45. Morrow with the tackle at the 47. Pickup of 3 yards. That'll bring up 3rd and 4. Four wide receivers set in for Arizona. Pressure up the middle. Rodgers gets rid of it. Throws to Mims. Just past the 50. He's got the first down. Tackled by Maffei. Pickup of 6. Fresh set of downs for the Rattlers. Just under 10 minutes to go here. No score. Ball's at the Memphis 47. Play action. Rodgers to throw. Near side. Pass intended for Mooney, incomplete. Alexander on the coverage. So Arizona coming out throwing. Rodgers held out of the 2 preseason contests for safety reasons. Was a full participant in the preseason camp practices and joint team practices. Second and 10. Rodgers fires downfield. Pass intended for Waddle, but it was over his head, incomplete. Four wide receivers set for the Rattlers. Rodgers to throw. And another pass intended for Waddle, incomplete. That one may have been a little bit behind him there. And it'll bring up fourth down, and then we'll bring out the punting unit. Our first punt of the game. A.J. Cole will try to punt this one inside the 20. Powell is the punt returner for the Express. Cole gets away the punt. This one's heading toward the end zone and rolls for a touchback. So 47-yard punt for Cole, no return. Memphis will start from their own 20. 8:47 here in the first quarter. No score between the Rattlers and the Express. So glad you could join us here on Replay Sports Channel's WFL Monday Night Football. A whole new season underway. So glad you could join us. Second possession for Jackson in the Express. Play action. Jackson looking to throw. Settles, checks underneath for Jacobs to the 25, 30. Pushed out of bounds near the 34. Pickup of 15 for Josh Jacobs. First down, Memphis. Ball will be placed at the Memphis 35. First and 10. Jackson will sweep left. Gets to the 40, near the 45. And they'll mark him tripped up by Hall at the 45. First down, pickup of 10 yards for Lamar Jackson. Nearing the halfway point of the first quarter. No score between Memphis and Arizona. Two tight end formation now for Memphis. Jackson. Flushed from the pocket. Oh, he's hit by Franklin Myers. They do not count that as a sack. They count that as a rushing attempt. They do count that as a rushing attempt. So -4. That'll back them up to the Memphis 41. Second and 14. Second and 14 from their own 41. Jackson looking for Jacobs in the flat, but it's incomplete. Both quarterbacks not having success here early on. Man in motion. Jackson back to pass. Plenty of time to throw. Checks down to Strange at the line of scrimmage, but he only picks up 2. Whipped down by Harris, and it's going to be fourth down and punting time for Memphis. So both teams struggling to move the ball here early on. Ryan Wright prepares to punt the ball away. Mims Jr. is the return man for Arizona. right. Gets away a good kick. Mims Jr. is just going to take it his own 6. He's to the 15. Finally tripped up by Emerson. They're going to give him a pickup of 9 yards. So punt of 47, a return of 9. And Arizona will start at their own 19. 5:53 to go. No score between the Rattlers and the Express. Aaron Rodgers, possession number 3. Back to pass. In the flat to Robinson near side. 25. Near the 30. Tripped up by McKinney at the 29. 10-yard gain. 1st and 10, Arizona. Clock continues to run. Play action. Rodgers. Back to pass, being chased and finally caught by Maffei. Maffei doing the sack dance. A loss of 14 yards. As we watch that on replay again, Rodgers was like a deer in the headlights there. Maffei coming around the edge, and Rodgers, at 40 years old, not a very quick man. Under 5 minutes to go here. Ball placed back at the Arizona 15. It brings up 2nd and 24. Two tight end formation in for the Rattlers. Rodgers to pass. Near side to Mooney, near the 20. Whipped down by Alexander, pickup of 4. Third and 20 coming up. Rodgers barking out the signals. Back to pass. With time. Over the middle to Mims at the 30. Tackled by Maffei. Well short of the first down. Just a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up 4th and 10. Cole back deep to punt. Powell standing around his own 30. Cole gets the punt away. That one's heading toward the near sideline. Powell's going to watch that one. And it will roll dead at the Memphis 17. A punt of 54 yards. 2:57 to go here in the opening quarter. No score between the Rattlers and the Express. We were expecting a little bit more of an offensive fireworks. Not yet. Starting from their own 17, Memphis goes to work. Jackson gives to Irving. Right side of the line. Gets to about the 23, tackled by Delpit, a pickup of 6. So we mentioned at the top of the show, Bucky Irving, 3rd rounder from Oregon, getting a lot of positive reviews during the preseason. Two tight end formation now for Memphis. Jackson back to pass. Fires to Strange near the 30, and he's angled out of bounds by Delpit. Pickup of 9, first down. First and 10, Memphis from their own 32. Jackson going deep for Pierce. Overthrows the receiver, incomplete. Clock stops with 1:29 to go, first quarter. The give to Irvin, right side, and he is hit in the backfield. Williams with the tackle at the 30, loss of 2 yards. And that'll bring up 3rd and 12. Jackson, pressure up the middle. Gets rid of the ball. Pass intended for Brown, incomplete. Pressure coming up the middle there by Harris and TJ Watt. Right back to punt. Mims back to return. Less than a minute to go here in the first quarter. Wright gets the punt away. Mims from his own 21. Finally, shoestring tackle by Thomas, or else Mims would have gone all the way. 44-yard punt by Wright and a 19-yard return by Mims, and Arizona will start at their own 45. 38 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Rattlers nothing, Express nothing. Rodgers, 6 of 10 to start tonight. Back to pass. Play action. Hits Waddle in stride at the Memphis 35. Tackled by Hilton. 22-yard gain. Biggest play of the night so far. Nicely executed play action there to Robinson, and then finds Waddle in stride. And that will be the last play of the first quarter. So both teams kind of feeling their way around. No score, but Arizona looks to be on the move here. 0-0 as we head into the second quarter. You're watching WFL 25, Monday Night Football here on the Replay Sports Channel. Warm night here in Memphis. 90 degrees at kickoff. And the much heralded return of Aaron Rodgers. And so far, the matchup between Rodgers and Jackson has not been what we anticipated. As we take a look at those first quarter statistics, Arizona 60 yards in offense, Memphis 55. Time of possession, somewhat equal. But we move on to the second quarter. Arizona on the move. Rodgers changing the play at the line of scrimmage. It's a draw play to Robinson, and he is stone stopped by Baker. Loss of 3 yards, back at the 36. Deion Sanders, in his third season as the head coach, 6-8 first season, 8-6 last year. Dealt with a cancer battle in the offseason, but received the clear checkup of health. And our best wishes to him and continuing to move forward there. 2nd and 13 coming up. Rodgers. Short pass to Robinson. He's to the 35-30. 20s could go all the way. Down the near sideline. Baker finally catches up with him and trips him at the Memphis 7. Robinson with a 29-yard reception. It's going to be 1st and goal, Arizona. We'll watch that play again on the replay. Just a little short screen to the flat there. And then Dean in the chase, but it's Robinson, finally with the touchdown saving tackle. 1st and goal, ball at the Memphis 7. Give is to Estime. Sweep left. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Estime on a 7-yard touchdown run, and Arizona strikes first. But Pinheiro misses the extra point. Sails to the right. So with 13:20 to go here in the second quarter, Arizona finds the scoreboard first. They lead it 6-0. The kickoff.
Illegal block. Receiving team.
So Irving with the return, but there is a penalty. Second one on Memphis tonight, and it'll be a blocking foul. So fouls on Mafe. 9-yard penalty. That'll put them back to their own 9. The return by Irving. We'll get the actual yardage there for you. Irving with a 14-yard return after the penalty. So Memphis now down 6 will start at their own 9. 13:12 to go until halftime. Hand off to Jacobs. Right tackle. He's to the 10. Tuttle with the tackle near the 14, a pickup of 5. Mike Vrabel in his 5th season as head coach for the Express, 34-27, 0 for his last 3 postseason games. Starting the season in the hot seat. Second and 5 coming up. Jackson to pass on 2nd and 5. Throws it near side, completes it to A.J. Brown at the 20. Hit, fumble. Who's got the ball? Arizona's got the ball. And the boos come crashing down here at Titan Tech Field as Brown coughs up the football. So Brown makes the catch. Good for 9 yards. But then he coughs up the ball. I think he was hit by Stingley. Lassiter picks up the fumble. Let's see if we can watch it on the replay here. Makes the catch, hit, fumble, and it is Arizona ball. Great field position. They're going to be starting at the Memphis 18. So both teams have turned the ball over once. Rodgers from the pistol. Transfers the ball to Robinson. It's to the 15. Shakes off one tackler. Gets a couple of extra yards. Hilton finally brings him down at the 13. Pickup of 5. Arizona goes to a triple tight end formation here. All-out blitz coming into Rodgers. He keys the ball to McBride at the 4. Stretches over the pylon. Did he get in? Waiting on the signal. Yes. Touchdown. Rodgers. First touchdown. And we'll have that note in just a moment. I've got an interesting story to tell you there. Rodgers with the touchdown pass to McBride. As the officials were talking that one over to make sure. Officially 13 yards. And they will go for 2 here. Let's watch the replay first, though. They have all 3 tight ends in. Memphis in an all-out blitz. McBride makes the catch. He's heading toward the sideline, near sideline, and he just stretches his body. And that ball, as it touches, just grazes that pylon, that orange pylon there. And it's confirmed touchdown. Okay, so Arizona's going to go for 2 here. Trying to make it 14-0. Rodgers cupping his hands over his helmet. He's been having some issues with a new helmet, and we'll talk more about that in a little bit. Going for 2. Rodgers back to pass. In and out of the hands of Waddle. They don't convert. So it's 12-0, 11:32 to go here in the second quarter. Okay, so the story on Rodgers, that is his first touchdown pass since week 12 of the 2023 season. In a game, Detroit at Chicago was his last touchdown pass. He ended up not throwing any touchdown passes in the last 2 games of the regular season, and then he didn't throw a touchdown in the playoffs. So it's been a long time for Mr. Aaron Rodgers, getting his first touchdown in quite some time. Piñeiro's kickoff will not be returned, and Memphis will start at their own 25. 11:32 to go here, second quarter. First quarter, we didn't see any scoring. Now second quarter, we've seen 12 points out of Arizona. Memphis down by 2 scores. They need to get to work here. Jackson pitches right to Irving. Around the right side. Hit and stopped by Williams at the 27. Gain of 2. Clock continues to roll. Jackson. Late handoff to Jacobs. Thought Jackson was going to run with it there. Finally tracked down by Watt at the 36. First down, gain of 9 yards. Ball at the Memphis 36. Jackson, play action, rolls right. Looking for someone to throw to, over the middle, incomplete. Stingley nearly picked that one off. In and out of his hands. Clock stops, just under 10 minutes to go until halftime. Second and 10. Jackson, delayed draw up the middle, 40, 50, into Arizona territory. We have an injured Arizona player. So Jackson picks up 18, has the first down. Lassiter was the injured Rattler player as he is helped to the sidelines. Clock stops at 9:41. Fresh set of downs for Memphis. Man in motion. Jackson sets to throw. He's going to run flush from the pocket. He's to the 40, 35. Hall finally hits him at the Arizona 34. A pickup of 12 yards for Lamar. This is where Lamar Jackson is so dangerous. You take away the passing opportunities. We watch here on the replay. Nobody open. And he can just run with it. Down by 12. Memphis with a sense of urgency here midway through the second quarter. The give to Jacobs, trying to penetrate that left side, but gets nothing. Sweat meets him at the line of scrimmage. No gain. Brings up second and 10. Jackson looking to throw the screen for Jacobs, but it's a high throw, incomplete. That'll stop the clock at 8 minutes and 7 seconds. Third down coming up. Man in motion. Jackson back to pass. Jackson under pressure. Will run. 30, 25. Hit near the first down. Pickup of 11, tackled by Harris. So Jackson already 6 carries, 52 yards in the game. New set of downs for the Express. Play action. Jackson looking to go end zone here. Fires for Thomas, but he can't come up with it. We have another injured Arizona player. It's Harris. He's being helped over to the sidelines. Clock stops with 7:13. Second down coming up. Hand off to Jacobs. He's to the 15. Stopped by Williams at the 13. Was marked as a first down, but Coach Sanders is throwing the challenge flag. And let's hear from Sean Hockley, a referee.
Upon further review, the runner was stopped short of the first down. No timeout will be charged.
So Jacobs doesn't get the first down. Ball's marked at the Arizona 13. 3rd and inches coming up. Memphis brings in the big uglies, the road graders. Jackson under center. He'll take it himself. Line plunge. Gets extra. He's got the first down and more. And as Franklin now heads to the sideline, the Arizona training staff is very busy at the moment. That's the 3rd player I've counted who's had to go to the sidelines. That left knee, he's having problems flexing that left knee. Meanwhile, Arizona getting ready to have their 12th play of the drive. They've had the ball for nearly 5 minutes. Jackson, back to pass. Looking, completes it to Pierce in the corner of the end zone. Touchdown, Express. Seven-yard pass to Pierce, and the Express are on the scoreboard. We'll watch that play again on the replay machine. They load that left side pretty heavily. And Pierce, nicely done getting his feet in bounds. That's how you do it, kids, getting your feet in bounds. Fairbairn, point after is good. 6:47 to go. We got us a ball game, ladies and gentlemen. Rattlers 12, Express 7. Again, don't forget to join us at halftime. Special presentation, the class of 2025, our WFL Hall of Fame. Holland's back deep to return. Is he going to get a chance at this one? No, he does not. Touchback. Arizona will start at their own 25. Aaron Rodgers operating from the pistol. 2 tight end set. Back to pass. Over the left side. That may have been picked off. Hilton thought he had it before going out of bounds. Vrabel decides not to challenge it, though. So it's an incomplete pass. Arizona maintains possession. Draw play to Robinson. And he's going to be hit behind the line of scrimmage. Baker with the hit at the 23, 2-yard loss. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 12. Empty backfield behind Rodgers. 3-man rush for Memphis. Over the middle, completes it to Mims near the 40. He's got the first down. Maffey with the tackle. Pickup of 16. Rodgers on the evening so far, 10 of 15, 119 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. The give is to Estime, off tackle right. Near the 43, pickup of 4. I'll bring up 2nd down. Rattlers lead by 5, 12-7. Rodgers, back to pass, fires for Davis, in and out of his hands, incomplete. Brings up 3rd and 6. Rodgers to throw, completes to Waddle at midfield. He's got the first down, finally pushed out of bounds by Hilton. Pickup of 9. Under 5 minutes to go here in the first half. Arizona at the Memphis 48. Rodgers, play action. Drifts to his right to avoid the rush. Throws over the middle. And Hilton nearly came away with a pick there. Incomplete. Rodgers screen pass for Robinson. A little bit too far ahead of him there. Incomplete. Clock stops with 3:36 to go. Brings up 3rd and 10. Pressure up the middle. Rodgers gets rid of the ball, connects it to Mims at the 35. He's to the 30. Finally tripped up by McKinney at the 28. A 20-yard gain. 1st and 10. Rodgers waiting till like the last possible minute to get rid of that ball. Three and a half minutes to go here in the second quarter. Ball at the Memphis 28. Give us to Estime. Sweep right. He's to the 25. Mafe with the tackle, the 24. Pick up of 4 yards. Both teams have all 3 of their timeouts, and the 2-minute warnings coming up shortly. Three-man wide receiver set for the Rattlers. Rodgers over the middle. Oh, batted away by Williams. He was looking for Davis there. And we have another injured Arizona player, Freeze. Like he's grabbing that right calf muscle, indicating to the trainer there what was going on. Clock stops with 2:23, 3rd and 6 coming up. Rodgers. Time to throw over the middle for Mooney. Over his head, incomplete. Clock stops with 2:18 to go. And Coach Sanders will send out Pinheiro for the field goal attempt. Pinheiro, just 13 of 18 last season. I think he had the fewest field goal attempts of any kicker last season in the WFL. Pinheiro from 42 yards away. Good. Nails it. So Arizona extends their lead 15-7 with 2:12 left to go until halftime. Irving set to return the kickoff. Going to take it a yard deep within his own end zone. He's to the 10. Back to the 15, over to the 20. Finally dragged down by the kicker. A return of 27 yards. And probably the last play until the 2-minute warning. Jackson, back to pass. Hit, fumble. Who's got the ball? Jackson recovers his own fumble. It'll be a loss of 7. And that will be the final play before the 2-minute warning. So I was trying to see who got this, who they gave the sack to there. I think it was Williams. We'll make sure. Yeah, Williams with the sack and also with the forced fumble. As we head to the 2-minute warning here. Again, don't forget, halftime. Class of 2025, our Hall of Fame class. Our 3rd year of inducting players. Recap of the first half, and then get you ready for next week, going into week 2. Second and 17. Jackson with time. Now he's going to drift to his right. Throws short to Brown. Only a pickup of 5. Arizona is going to use a timeout here. They are sensing an opportunity to get the ball back here before halftime and add on some points. 3rd and 12 coming up. Clock stops with 1:55 after the timeout. Jackson going to run with it. He's to the 30. Finally pushed out of bounds by Tuttle. Pickup of 9. No, they said the clock is still running. Arizona is going to let the clock run here. Wright prepares to punt it away to Mims. Good kick. Mims takes it at his own 11. He's to the 20. Before being brought down, we have a penalty call before I can finish. Before I could finish the play-by-play here. So holding call on Delpit will put the ball at the Arizona 10. Okay, that's the box score. We don't want that. Okay. So as far as the actual return number, Mims had a 5-yard return. Okay. So Mims's return is only for 5. Okay. So the Rattlers with 2 timeouts. We'll probably want to add something to the lead here because Memphis will get the ball to start the second half. Remember, they deferred on the coin toss. Three wide receivers set in for Arizona. Rodgers operating from the pistol. Fires over the middle to McBride near the 15. Actually, they'll mark him at the 20. Forward progress. He'll pick up 7 yards. They're going to go hurry up here. Rodgers gets them quickly to the line. Back to pass. Near side to Mooney. Going to try to get out of bounds. Tackled by Williams. And he's not able to get out of bounds. Hockley says the clock is still moving. Rodgers yelling out a play. .54 seconds left. Rodgers over the middle. In and out of the hands of Waddle. Incomplete. That will stop the clock with 43 seconds. You see the yellow highlighted area there on the Memphis 30. That's something Action PC Sports, maker of the game, started including in the most recent edition. That kind of gives you an idea of where the team needs to get for their kicker to kick a field goal. Empty backfield behind Rodgers. Changing the play at the line of scrimmage. Snap, pressure up the middle. Fires down near side, completes it to Waddle near the 45. Hit by Hilton. Pickup of 23. Rodgers will use the team's second timeout. 38 seconds left to go until halftime. think Rodgers kind of had a sense that the blitz was coming there. So he wisely audibled and found the dependable Waddle. Need to get to the Memphis 30 for Pinheiro to have a chance at a field goal here. Rodgers back to pass. He's going to have to check down to Davis near midfield, trying to get out of bounds, and is not able to. Emerson with the tackle. Clock continues to run. Rattlers are going to try to hold on to that timeout. They hurry up to the line. .30 left to play. Rodgers completes the pass to Davis. He's into Memphis territory. He's to the 40. Finally steps out of bounds. Stops the clock with 22 seconds left. Ball will be placed at the Memphis 40, 22 seconds left. Man in motion. Rodgers with time to throw. Over the middle, looking for Mooney. Incomplete. Clock stops with 17 seconds. Four wide receiver set. Pressure up the middle. Pass completes to Waddle inside the 30. He could go all the way. 20, 10, touchdown Rattlers. Rodgers throws his second touchdown pass of the day, this time on a 40-yard touchdown pass to Waddle. And watch that play again. Pressure coming from the inside. Rodgers throws, connects with Waddle, and then he outraces Hilton to the end zone. Pinheiro's extra point attempt is up and good. So with 10 seconds left, the Rattlers lead it 22-7. Kickoff sails through the end zone for a touchback. And with just 10 seconds left here, I think we're just going to see Jackson on the kneel down here and take it to halftime. And that is what we'll do as both teams head to the locker room. All the scoring we saw was in the second quarter, and it is the Arizona Rattlers with a 22-7 lead. Again, stick with us here at halftime for our special presentation, the Class of 2025 WFL Hall of Fame. You're watching WFL football on the Replay Sports Channel. And we've reached halftime here in Memphis. The Arizona Rattlers, with an impressive second quarter display, lead here in Memphis with a score of 22-7. As we look at the halftime highlights here, all the scoring in the second quarter. Estime with the 7-yard touchdown run early in the second quarter. Point after no good, put the Rattlers on top 6-0. And then, of course, Aaron Rodgers, his first touchdown since December of 2023, a 13-yard touchdown pass to McBride, 2-point fail. They lead 12-0. Memphis gets their only score of the game so far midway through the second quarter, a Jackson 7-yard touchdown pass to Alec Pierce. And then Arizona tacked on 10 more points late in the second quarter, a Pinheiro 42-yard field goal, and then Rodgers executing that 2-minute offense to perfection, a 40-yard touchdown pass to Waddle, and we have the 22-7 halftime lead. As we look at the individual statistics, Rodgers, 18 of 30 so far, 238 yards, the 2 touchdowns. Not running a lot. The Arizona Rattlers have only run the ball 8 times for 28 yards. And you have 3 wide receivers who all have 4 receptions so far. On the other side of the ball, on the other side of the field, Lamar Jackson, just 7 of 15 for 61 yards, does lead the team in rushing, 9 carries for 67 yards. So as we promised, we do have the halftime ceremony for our Hall of Fame members, our class of 25, and we're going to go ahead and introduce them to you now. Introducing our WFL class of 2025. Up first, Dwight Freeney, defensive end from the Denver Gold and London Knights. Played from 2003 to 2017. 8-time All-Star player, 3-time league champion, sacks leader in 2003-2005. Tony Gonzalez, tight end. Played for the Tampa Bay Bandits and the Houston Gamblers from 1998 to 2014. Tony is a 9-time All-Star. 1,186 receptions, 11,975 yards, and 75 touchdowns. Steve Hutchinson, guard, played for the Memphis Showboats and the Denver Gold. Played for 10 seasons, 2002 to 2012, a 6-time All-Star and a 3-time Pantheon Bowl champion. Andre Johnson, wide receiver, played for the Ohio Glory, the Birmingham Americans, and the Toronto Hitmen from 2004 to 2017. Andre is a 5-time All-Star, ended his career with 990 receptions, 12,593 yards, and 83 touchdowns. Ed Reed, safety for the Orlando Renegades, Florida Blazers from 2003 to 2013. Ed is a 6-time All-Star. And Adam Vinatieri, kicker for the Chicago Fire, 2001 to 2019. Made 394 field goals, 628 point-after attempts, and ended his career with 1,711 points. So congratulations to all 6 of our 2025 WFL Hall of Fame inductees. Make sure to get the in-depth review of last week's teams and a preview of week 2 by checking out the WFL Inside Access show. Make sure to subscribe now so you can get access to the show when it becomes available. You are watching WFL exclusively on the Replay Sports channel. The WFL utilizes real NFL players and the advanced simulation capabilities of DK Sports Action PC Football. The WFL strives to create a thrilling, strategic, and statistically rich football environment that balances realism with innovation. Teams are returning to the field to start the second half. Be sure to stick around for the post-game show when we'll announce the Replay Sports Channel player of the game and give you a preview of next week's contest. Memphis will get the ball to start the second half. They trail 22-7. And we will see what halftime adjustments were made by the Express. Pinheiro with the kickoff to get us underway here in the third quarter. Irvin's going to return it from the end zone. He's to the 10. 15 cuts back to the 20. 25, 30. Pinheiro with his second tackle of the night. Irving with a 32-yard return. Lamar Jackson and the Express offense are going to get to work now. 3 wide receiver set, 1 running back. The give is to Irvin. Off tackle right. He's to the 35. 40 has the first down. Finally wrestled down by Stingley at the 44, a pickup of 13. Memphis needs to respond here early. Jacobs will get the handoff. He'll go right side. Getting near midfield, Williams with the tackle at the 48. A 4-yard pickup for Jacobs. Pitch right to Irving. Right side, cuts across midfield, and he'll be stopped by Williams after a pickup of 3. Ball will be placed just inside Arizona territory. It'll bring up 3rd and 3. Memphis struggled on 3rd down during the first half. They were just 2 of 6 on 3rd down. Play action. Jackson to pass. Has time. Throws to Jacobs, and he can't hang on to the ball. Jackson was hit as he threw. Montez Sweat thought he had a sack. But Sean Hockley rules incomplete pass. So Memphis, not 3 and out. They ran 4 plays, but they'll be forced to punt here. Well, no, they're going to keep the offense out. Vrabel had a quick change of heart there. He's going to keep the offense out. Down 22-7. I would, go for it here. Memphis going for it on 4th down. Empty backfield. Jackson under pressure. Forced to scramble. Has the first down and more. 40. Delpit with the tackle at the Arizona 37. First down, Memphis. Good call there by Mike Vrabel and the Memphis Express Brain Trust there. And the drive continues. The Express trail by 15. Jackson in trouble again, forced to scramble out of the pocket. He's to the 30. Battle with the tackle at the 28, a pickup of 9. Jackson, 11 carries for 88 yards. He'll be 2nd and 1. Ball at the Arizona 28. They go heavy jumbo package here. First time we've seen Jusic into the game at fullback. Jacobs will take the handoff, plows into the left side of the line, gets the first down and a little more. 20. Franklin stops him there. Pickup of 8 yards for Jacobs, first down. Opening possession of the second half. Memphis trying to make this a one-score game. Play action. Pressure up the middle. Jackson forced to scramble. Gets rid of it to Brown at the 20. 10, 5. Did he get in? No, they say he stepped out of bounds at the 3. May have been pushed by Battle. But anyway, no touchdown. Left foot out of bounds at the 3. So a pickup of 17 for A.J. Brown. It will be 1st and goal, Memphis. We'll watch on replay again. I'm sure Coach Vrabel and his guys are taking a look at it as well. Yeah, they're saying he stepped out of bounds there. And we're going to see the second appearance of the heavy package again. Jacobs into the right side of the line. Did he get in? Touchdown. Jacobs, 3-yard touchdown run. And Memphis is back in this ball game. And they'll go for 1 point. They'll go for the point after here. They won't go for 2. We'll watch the replay of the touchdown run. Offensive line doing a great job there for Memphis. Fairbairn's point after attempt is up and good. Memphis now trails 22-14. They now trail by 8. Opening possession touchdown drive, and of course highlighted by that successful 4th down conversion. Kickoff by Fairbairn will go in and out of the end zone, touchback. Arizona will start their first possession of the second half from their own 25. 9.5 minutes to go here, third quarter. Aaron Rodgers, first game back since the Achilles tendon injury that wiped out all of 2024. Now with the Rattlers, trying to lead them to a title. Back to pass, under pressure, hit and dropped by Dean. Wow, you can just feel the surge of adrenaline going through this crowd as Dean drops Rodgers. Second sack of the night of the Arizona quarterback. That'll push him back to the 17, 2nd and 18. Rodgers back to pass. Has to check down to Robinson at the 10. To the 20. Gang tackled by Baker and Maffei. Pickup of 5. That'll bring up 3rd and 13. Memphis trying to force a 3 and out here. Empty backfield. Rodgers to throw over the middle. Intended for Davis, but the two were not on the same page. So incomplete, and Arizona 3 and out on their first possession of the second half. And that'll bring out A.J. Cole to punt it away. Cole gets the kick away. Powell calls for the fair catch inside his own 25. Now I'll mark him at the 26. So 52-yard punt by Cole. Fair catch by Powell. And the Express will start at their own 26. 7:58 to go here, third quarter. And the momentum really seems to have shifted here to the Express. Jackson working out of the pistol, calling the plays. Pitches left to Irving. Gets away from one defender. Finally hit by Battle at the 30, a pickup of 4. Nearing the midway mark of a fast-moving third quarter. Second and 6. Jackson. Flushed from the pocket. Has the first down. Tackled by Battle at the 40. Pickup of 10. Jackson is nearing the 100-yard mark and rushing. Eleven of the Express's 16 first downs have came via the run game. Play action. Jackson rolls right. Fires, completes it to Brown, past the 50. He's to the 45, 40, 30. Knocked out of bounds by Battle at the Arizona 30. A pickup of 30 yards for A.J. Brown. Jackson can do it with his legs and he can do it with his arm. As we watch that replay again. Trailing by 8 points. Memphis on the move. Jackson over the middle, in and out of the hands of Thomas. Thomas thought he was being interfered with by Terrell, but no call coming. And speaking of penalties, we've only had 3 called penalties so far. Hopefully I didn't jinx that. Jackson just 9 of 19 so far throwing the ball for 108 yards. Memphis has been doing most of their damage on the ground. Jackson to Brown inside the 20, gets to the 15 where he's tackled by Stingley. First down, Memphis. Brown with his 5th catch of the night. And Memphis is inside the red zone. Five and a half left to go in the third quarter. Memphis can tie the game with a touchdown and a successful 2-point conversion. Jackson back to pass on first down. Flush to his right. Checks down to Strange at the 10. Gets to the 5. Finally dumped out of bounds by Harris. They'll mark him out of the 8. A pickup of 9 yards by the tight end Strange. 3rd catch of the night for the tight end. Clock stops with 4:40 to go. It's 2nd and 1 coming up. I formation behind Jackson. Juszczyk the fullback, Jacobs the tailback. The give is to Jacobs into the right side of the line. He's got the first down, and he's got more than that. He's got a touchdown. Touchdown, Memphis. Jacobs with an 8-yard touchdown run, 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Express are a 2-point conversion away from tying this game. They trailed 22-7 at the start of the third quarter. As we watch on the replay again, great work by the right side of that offensive line there. Going for 2 to tie the game. Triple tight end formation. It's going to give to Jacobs. He can't. Oh, he's dragged down by Robinson. Can't get in. So the 2-point conversion fails. 3:53 to go in the third quarter. The Express have whittled away Arizona's lead to just 2 points. Got us an exciting ball game here. So glad you could join us. Opening night of our Monday Night Football schedule. After the game, we'll tell you about next week's game, as our 47th season is underway. Deep kickoff by Fairbank goes through the end zone. Hollins won't get a chance to return it. Arizona will start at their own 25. They went 3 and out in their only possession of the third quarter so far. Estime is the lone running back. Rodgers from the pistol, back to pass, completes it to McBride at the 30. McKinney with the tackle. Pickup of 7 for McBride. On the night so far, the Rattlers have run the ball just 8 times and have thrown it 33 times. Give to Robinson. He's going to try to sweep left. He's to the 35, first down, 40. Ellis with a tackle at the 42, pickup of 10. Play action. Rodgers to throw. With time. Over the middle for McBride. In and out of his hands. Can't come up with it. Incomplete. Clock stops with 2:21 to go here, third quarter. Just 2 points separate these teams. On second down, Rodgers throws the screen to Robinson. He's the 40, 50, penalty flag. Tackled.
Offsides, defense. Number 93, 5-yard penalty.
So Robinson picks up 13 on the play. Penalty was on the defense, so that'll be declined. And fresh set of downs for the Rattlers. Ball will be placed at the Memphis 45. Nearing 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Two tight end set on first down. Rodgers back to pass. McKinney jumps the route and may have intercepted it. They rule it incomplete. They said he made the catch out of bounds. And I do think Coach Vrabel's going to challenge this one. That one's kind of hard to tell from here. Let's see what our referee, Sean Hockley, has ruled.
The ruling on the field stands. Incomplete. A timeout will be charged.
So it'll bring up 2nd and 10, ball at the Memphis 45. Robinson on the draw, and he's going to be hit in the backfield by Baker. 2-yard loss. And that'll bring up 3rd and 12. Under 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Rodgers fakes the jet sweep. Back to pass. Fires. And not on the same page with McBride. Incomplete. And they're going to have to punt. So 2 possessions and 2 punts for the Arizona Rattlers here in the third quarter. Cole will try to do the old coffin corner kick here. Pin the Express deep in their own territory. Cole gets away a punt. It's heading for the sidelines near the 10, maybe the 5. And the sideline official will mark it out at the 5-yard line. A 42-yard punt by A.J. Cole. And he's getting some high fives from some of his fellow special team players, as Memphis will have to start from their own 5-yard line, 1:13 to go here, third quarter. Play action. Jackson from deep in his own end zone is going to throw. Checking down for Pierce, incomplete. And we have an Arizona injury. It's Franklin Myers, one of the defensive linemen. He's grabbing the back of that left leg. That looks like a hamstring there. And he's going to get some assistance going to the sideline there. Clock stops with 1:09. Jacobs will line up in the slot on 2nd and 10. Jackson delayed draw. There's a penalty flag. Let's see what's going on here.
Offense, number 71.
So Jackson's tackled at the 2, so he loses 3 yards. We'll clean up the household mess here. So the holding call will be declined. They'll accept the 3-yard loss. It'll bring up 3rd and 13 here with 61 seconds left to go here. I think Memphis is just going to clear some room out here for the punter. 2 tight end formation. Jacobs lone single running back, as he'll pick up 7. Try to give some room for Wright, the punter. Less than a minute to go. Clock continues to run. Ryan Wright will punt this to Mims. Arizona should get some good field position out of this. Wright gets the punt away. Deep punt. Fair catch called for by Mims at the Arizona 37. A 54-yard punt by Wright. Eight seconds left to go in this third quarter. A third quarter where Memphis pulled to within 2 points. Screen pass to Robinson in the backfield. And he's going to be tackled behind the line of scrimmage by Ellis. And that's going to be the final play of the third quarter. "13 unanswered points by Memphis in the third. They trail by 2. We head to the final quarter of an exciting game here between the Rattlers and the Express. You're watching Monday Night Football, WFL style, on the Replay Sports Channel. Next week, the Atlanta Legends And the Chicago Fire meet up in the Windy City. Both of them 1-0 after their Week 1 wins. That will be our game of the week next week. Please make sure to like and subscribe to the Replay Sports channel. We take you now to the fourth quarter. So glad you could join us here. Opening weekend of the new season. And the Arizona Rattlers trying to hold on to a road win here. The debut of Aaron Rodgers at quarterback. 2nd and 13 as we get started here in the fourth. Rodgers working out of the pistol, back to pass over the middle, completes it to McBride near the 45. Tackled by McKinney, who spins him down. It's a pickup of 10. Now bring up 3rd and 3. Three tight end formation in for Arizona. Give us to Robinson into the right side of the line. He's going to be short of the first down. Pickup of 2. And decision time for Coach Deion Sanders. He's going to leave his offense out there. Memphis defense trying to induce the crowd to make some noise here on 4th and 1. Hand off to Robinson. It's going to be close. And he's got the first down. Robinson picks up the first down. And we've seen both coaches make some big-time critical 4th down decisions tonight that have paid off. First and 10, ball at the Arizona 47. Play action. Rodgers looking to go deep for Waddle. Deflected by Hilton, incomplete. In the game, Rodgers 23 of 40, 270 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. Rodgers will hand off to Estime here on 2nd and long. There's a penalty flag as Estime gets past the 50, tackled by Baker at the 46. And this one's coming back.
10-yard penalty.
So holding on Freeze, that'll back him up 10 yards. Just the second penalty for Arizona. Both teams penalized twice tonight. It's kind of uncommon for a Week 1 game. You don't see a lot of penalties. Three wide receivers set in for Arizona from their own 37. They lead by 2. Early fourth quarter, pass complete over the middle to Waddle near the 45. Hilton with the tackle. It's a pickup of 10, and with that catch, Jalen Waddle reaches the 100 yards receiving for the night. Third and 10 coming up. They need to get to around the Memphis 43, 42-yard line to pick up the first down. Empty backfield behind Rodgers. 4 wide receivers set. Throws near side, in and out of the hands of Waddle. He couldn't bring it in. Incomplete. And they're going to have to punt it away here. It's been nothing but punts here for Arizona in the second half. After scoring 22 points in the second quarter. Cole once again tried to pin Memphis deep in their own end. He gets the punt away. That one's not as good as the other punt. That one's going to be near the 17. That's just a 36-yard punt. And Memphis starting at their own 17. Clock stops with 11:51 to go here in the fourth quarter. Memphis has trailed the entire game, but they have made it a close one here in the second half. Jacobs the lone running back in a 3 wide receiver set. He'll take the handoff from Jackson. Up the middle. Gets to about the 19, spun down by Williams, a 2-yard gain. Jacobs on the night, 10 carries, 56 yards, 2 touchdowns. We mentioned the pass-run ratio with Arizona a little bit earlier. Memphis, a little bit closer. They've run the ball 29 times. They've passed the ball 22 times. Jackson brings the offense to the line of scrimmage. Working out of the pistol. Back to pass. Jackson. And a little bit of trouble. Is going to have to run. He's to the 20, 25, 30. Finally tripped up by Harris. Pickup of 21 yards. And that run puts Lamar Jackson over the 100-yard rushing mark. 14 carries, 116 yards. First down. Ball will be placed at the Memphis 40. Nearing the 10-minute mark of the fourth quarter. Penalty flag, incomplete pass.
Offense, number 71, 10-yard penalty.
So the holding penny on Winu will move Memphis back to their own 30. Clock will stop with 10:09 left to go in the fourth quarter. It's hot out there, 90 degrees at kickoff, and a lot of these players playing their first full 4-quarter game this season. They played 2 preseason games. As the pass to Jacobs, as he goes to the 40, 50, into Arizona territory. A 26-yard screen pass play from Jackson to Jacobs. I was fixing to say a lot of tired legs out there, but Josh Jacobs somewhat disproving that point as we watch on the replay there. But, being out there in the heat, prone to make mistakes like we saw with the holding penalty there, as we see Jacobs shake off 1, 2, 3 tacklers. Finally brought down there by TJ Watt. We haven't called TJ Watt's name a lot tonight. He also came over from Detroit in the free agency move along with Aaron Rodgers. Ball at the Arizona 44, under 10 minutes to go. Jackson changing the play at the line of scrimmage. Back to pass. Checks down to Strange. Hit near the 40 by Harris. That'll be a pickup of 3. Second and 7 coming up. Jackson with the screen to Jacobs. Blocking in front, 40, 35. Tackled by Harris, close to the first down marker. They're going to give him the first down. Pickup of 7 by Jacobs. It's like it's the Josh Jacobs show on this drive. Speaking of which, a handoff to Jacobs. Gets away from one man. He's to the 30, the 20, the 10. He could go all the way. Josh Jacobs is putting on a show here in the second half of the ball game as he tosses the football into the stands for one of his Memphis Express fans. A 34-yard run by Josh Jacobs, and the Express take the lead for the first time in this ball game. He gets away from Tuttle, and then it's the foot race. Incredible play there by Josh Jacobs. 34 yards. His third rushing touchdown of the night. Puts Memphis out front by 4. And Memphis will go for 2 here to make it a 6-point ball game. Three tight end formation in for the Express. Jacobs the lone tailback. Jackson throws. I think that was intended for Strange, but it's just over his head. So 2-point conversion fails. Clock stops with 7:41 left to go. The Memphis Express have their first lead of the night. Still plenty of time left, though, for the Arizona Rattlers. Kickoff's going to be returned by Hollins at his own goal line. He's to the 10, the 20. Gets by one man, 30.
Holding, receiving team, 10-yard penalty.
And they're going to bring this one back. So holding on Terrell will move the ball back to the Arizona 16. And we want to get the yardage. So Hollins' kick return was just 18 yards. 7.5 minutes to go. Plenty of time for Aaron Rodgers and the Rattlers to mount a comeback here. This crowd is still buzzing from that Jacobs 34-yard touchdown run. Play action. Rodgers over the middle to Waddle, incomplete. Waddle being closely guarded by Hilton there. Clock stops with 7:22. Rodgers throws the screen to Robinson in the backfield. He's got some blocking in front. Will be hit near the 20. He'll pick up a 4 yards. Tackled by Dean. Robinson, leading wide receiver for the Rattlers. 8 catches for 67 yards. 3rd and 6 coming up. Crucial play here for the Rattlers. What will Aaron Rodgers and the offense dial up here? Four wide receiver set. Rodgers back to pass. Over the middle, in and out of the hands of Waddle. Second drop of the night from the receiver from Alabama. Got tangled up with Hilton. No pass interference, though. So on 4th and 6 with 6.5 minutes to go, deep in their own territory, Arizona's going to be forced to punt. It has been a tough second half for Arizona. Cole gets the punt away. Beautiful kick. Powell from his own 20 to the 30. Finally spun down by Jackson at the Memphis 33. So a 60-yard punt by Cole and a 13-yard return by Powell. Clock stops with 6.5 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter. Memphis will probably try to run some clock here now. And try to get win number 1 of the 2025 season. Jackson calling out the signals. Hands off to Jacobs, plows into the left side of the line, gets tackled near the 35 by Delpit. They'll give him a pickup of 3. So Josh Jacobs on the night. 12 carries, 93 yards. So you already have Jackson over the 100. Jacobs is just 7 yards away. Pitch right to Irving. Getting closer to the 40. Pickup of 3 for Irving. That'll bring up 3rd down. 3rd and 4 coming up. Memphis trying to use as much clock as they can, taking their time. Jackson under pressure. Going to have to run for it. He's close to the 1st down. Did he get it? No. Pickup of 3. Tackled by Franklin Myers at the 42. 4th and 1. This time Vrabel will send out the punting team. Mims back to receive. Not a great kick. Wright's punt out of bounds at the 20, so a punt of 38 yards. So the reset here. Rattlers trail by 4. 4:06 to go in the game. Rattlers with all 3 of their timeouts. Aaron Rodgers looking to engineer a comeback in his first start for the Rattlers. Three wide receivers set. Robinson the lone running back. Rodgers, with time, drifts to his right to avoid the heat. Looking to go long. Connects with Moody at the Memphis 35. How did he get so wide open? Pickup of 45 yards. And that play puts Rodgers over the 300-yard passing mark for the game. So we watched the replay on that one. The blitz picked up by the offensive line. Rodgers does drift to his right, and Mooney is money on that play. Under 4 minutes to go. Draw play to Robinson. He's too near the 30. Clowney with the tackle. They'll mark him down at the 32, pick up 3 yards. Clock continues to run, nearing the 3-minute mark. Sold out crowd here at Titan Tech Field, and I don't think there are many empty seats here late in the game, despite the heat. Pass knocked down by Clowney at the line, incomplete. That'll bring up 3rd and 7. Some of the Memphis players on the sidelines waving their towels, trying to get the fans up on their feet. Rodgers cupping the hands on his new helmet that he's been having trouble with, called it a spaceship, trying to listen to the play coming in from the sidelines. Rodgers brings him to the line. 4 wide receiver set, empty backfield. Fakes the jet sweep. Back to pass. Over the middle. Waddle again cannot hang on. Waddle looks to the heavens in disgust. 4th and 7. They trail by 4. 2.5 minutes to go. And Rodgers and the offense will stay on the field. This could be the game here. Rodgers calling out the play. Back to pass. With time. Drifts to his right. Throws high over the head of Davis. Incomplete. And the Rattlers will turn the ball over on downs. And that might have been the last chance for the Rattlers in this game. They still have all 3 other timeouts. Lamar Jackson back out on the field with the Memphis offense. 4-point lead. Need to run out the clock. Hand off to Irving. He's got the first down. He fumbled. He fumbled. Who has the ball? Arizona has the ball. The rookie from Oregon has the ball stripped by none other than TJ Watt. We were just saying earlier how Watt had not had his name called, but he gets called in a big way. We got to see that play again. Irving running with the ball, has the first down, but then TJ Watt with the peanut punch strips the ball out, and then he gets the ball and gets 13 yards on the run. So with 2:10 left to go, Arizona gets the ball back on the Memphis 34. How about that? And the rookie Irving on the sidelines just cannot believe what just happened. Second turnover of the night for Memphis. Aaron Rodgers breaks the huddle. Three wide receiver set. Robinson the lone running back. The give to Robinson. He's to the 30, tackled by Baker, and that's going to bring up the 2-minute warning. What a strange turn of events here, as the Arizona Rattlers now just 31 yards away from taking the lead and possibly leaving Memphis with a big win to open their 2025 season. 2-minute warning. Second and 7 after the 2-minute break here. Rattlers trail by 4. Rodgers back to pass. Pressure up the middle. Throws. Incomplete. I think Clowney tipped that one again. 50th pass attempt for Aaron Rodgers tonight. He's 26 of 50, 329 yards, 2 touchdowns. 3rd and 7 coming up. Boy, tense here. Both sidelines. Rodgers brings him to the line. Empty backfield, 4 wide receiver set. Memphis only going to rush 3. Rodgers back to pass, throws, completes it to Mims inside the 20. He has the first down. Mafi with the tackle, pickup of 11. Clock continues to run. Arizona does not huddle, but they're not in a hurry-up offense here. From the Memphis 20-yard line, Rodgers back to pass. Finds Mooney inside the 15, trying to get out of bounds. And he's finally chased out of bounds. No, he's not. 5 yards. Pickup for Mooney. Baker credited with a tackle, his 10th of the game. Clock continues to run. Again, Rodgers goes no huddle, but they are not running a hurry-up offense here. They don't want to leave any time on the clock for Memphis. Ball at the Memphis 15. Only 3-man rush for Memphis. Rodgers back to pass. Completes. Oh, incomplete. McBride had it in his hands and then he dropped it. Clock stops with 55 seconds left. It brings up 3rd and 5. What more surprises are we going to have here tonight, opening night of the 2025 season? Trips right formation. Man in motion. Rodgers back to pass. Looking to go end zone. Completes it to Mims at the 1. He's in. Touchdown. And Mims puts his index finger to his lips, telling the crowd that they can call it a night. 15-yard touchdown pass from Rodgers to Mims. And the Rattlers retake the lead with 50 seconds left. Rodgers with his 3rd touchdown of the night. So we watch the replay again. Pinheiro on to kick the extra point. And it is good. Memphis has 50 seconds to try to get in field goal position to tie the game. Pinheiro with the kickoff. Irving from his 1. He's to the 10. Cuts back to the 15. Tackled by Cisco at the 16. A pickup of 12 yards for Bucky Irving. His fumble led to the go-ahead score for Arizona. 42 seconds left. What does Lamar Jackson have up his sleeve here? Empty backfield. 4 wide receivers. Jackson to pass. Jackson in trouble. Forced to run. 15, 20, 25, 30. Finally tackled by Harris. A pickup of 16. They're going hurry up here. Jackson trying to get them down the field. From their own 32. Gets the play off. Just over 30 seconds left in regulation. Over the middle. Completes it to Strange at the 40. Spun down by Harris. 18 seconds left. Jackson calls a timeout. So many back and forths in this game tonight. The graphic that was up earlier, I think, to get into Fairbairn's range, they need to get near the Arizona 40. The clock, though, is not going to be their friend here. A lot of offense here tonight. .823 yards of combined offense between these two teams. Here we go. Trips right formation. Jackson working from the pistol. Man in motion. Jackson to pass. Fires. Completes it to Brown inside the 50. Tackled by Stingley near the 45. They're going to have to call a quick timeout here. Jackson will use his last timeout. Stops the clock with 14 seconds left. So 13-yard completion to Brown. They've got to get closer, but they need to work the sidelines here. They are out of timeouts. And Jackson cannot afford to be sacked here. Five wide receiver set. In for Memphis. Fans on the edge of their seats. Over the middle to Thomas. Oh my goodness, I don't think that was the play to call there. They're going to have to hurry. They're going to have to hurry. Oh my goodness. They're not going to have time for the kick. He's going to have to gun it down the field. And they do not have time. It's over. The Memphis Express run out of time. The Arizona Rattlers come away with a 29-6 victory on the road against the Memphis Express. What a game. What a way to open our Monday Night Football slate of games. Before the Irving fumble, I had Josh Jacobs as my player of the game. 3 rushing touchdowns, I thought, and the capper, the 34-yard touchdown run. But Aaron Rodgers, first game back after the Achilles tendon injury that wiped out all of 2024, is your Replay Sports Channel player of the game. Aaron Rodgers finishes the night 29 of 54, 360 yards, 3 touchdowns, and of course the game winner. The 15-yard touchdown pass to Mims with 50 seconds left. What a game. What a way to start the season. Don't forget, next week, Atlanta Legends at the Chicago Fire. That will be our game of the week next week. I want to thank all of you for watching tonight's game. I want to thank all of our new viewers coming in to watch, our new subscribers. Those of you that are coming on board for the first time, make sure to like and subscribe. What a game. I need some tea for my voice. This has been Glenn Walker. You've been watching the Replay Sports Channel. Have a great night. We'll see you again soon.